Hi guys, I'm out for a walk in a local woodland. Also wanted to come out because I've got a couple of new bits of kit which I'll be revealing shortly. They arrived yesterday, and I'm hoping to make my way down to an abandoned railway line, which sounds really interesting. Don't know what it's actually going to be like in reality getting there. So down there, that's the River Avon, runs along the bottom edge of this woodland, and the abandoned train line that I'm looking for is that way, and there is a connecting path, I think, but that's yet to be confirmed. So I'm going to head down. Hopefully I can find this path and get onto this railway, and I'll show you that. All right. Yep, there it is. I was right. There's the river. It's the final stretch of the path, and that looks like the bridge there, or a bridge over the River Avon, where the train line goes. So I'll bring you back in when I'm down there. Yeah, so this is the River Avon. As I've mentioned, it flows down from Dartmoor. There's actually a reservoir and a dam up on Dartmoor, and then the river comes down from there, and we're probably like, I don't know, 10 miles away from it, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so, and that's the bridge there of the old railway line. So here it is. I'm on the old train line bridge, just about to cross over the river. Here we go. There's a river down there. That's up there's where I've just come from. That path there. Do I go that way or that way? Peanut's just gone that way, so I'm gonna go and check that way out. But I'm at that stage where we've got a lot of things, a lot of places I could be going. Well, that's a nice view. And I'm not entirely sure which way I want to go yet. So let's go and have a look. Looks like someone's had a bit of an adventure, or a failed adventure. That probably happened when there was more water flowing through here, when the river was in spate a couple of weeks ago. Sure they were okay, not too far from the bank. So I stopped for a brew. There's a nice little stream just there, which I could use for water. I'm not going to, I've brought water with me. But it's a good time to show you the couple of new bits of kit that I've brought with me today. So without further ado, got the TBS stainless water bottle and Billy canteen. This arrived for me yesterday, so I needed another water bottle, so that's really great, and I'll use that instead of my old insulated mug, which kind of looked similar, but I actually found for a quick stop the insulated mug even in winter was a bit annoying because it took ages for the tea to cool. But obviously I can use that as an extra cooking pan if I need to. And the other little treat for myself, see, Trangia meth stoves. Well, this is the TBS one, basically a copy. Stove units, sort of, you unscrew that and you put your meths in there. Just that's it, it's ready to go. And I got this to use in my firebox for when I didn't want to use wood, either because I was in a sensitive area or for speed or for whatever reason. So I'll carry this with me. It's nice and small with a bit of fuel, and I can you know, stop for a brew without worrying about getting firewood and, you know, causing problems for anyone that's sensitive about having fires. So I'm going to get a brew on now using this, and yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, the kettle is officially on, using the meths, using the Trangia, or just the brass meths burner. It's always a bit disconcerting when you use meths for the first time, in the daytime, because you can't actually see the flame. You have to hold your hand on it, but that's definitely a light, although I can't actually see any flame. So brew is shortly approaching. I used to have a Trangia full setup many years ago now, and using this is just reminding me of those days. The smell of the fuel burning. You can probably see the flame there now. It's quite a nostalgic smell for me, because I used to use it all the time as my main stove. Forgot to mention this billy cup also comes with a pretty funky lid. You want to keep your brew cool, which I don't, because I don't want to be here for too long, and I want it to cool down a bit quicker. But yeah, that's really awesome. It's got some little holes in it. I don't know if you can see that. Allow the steam out if you're cooking or for draining. Yeah. Cheers. Been up to me. Okay. So I've just headed up from the river. I'm going up higher into a different part of the woodland now, and the river's down there behind me. I'm warming up, that's for sure. but the day is warming up too. It's brightened up a bit, as I said when I stopped for my coffee. There's been a few spots of rain, but it stayed mostly dry. I'm just following a track up. This looks like an interesting section here. That's all bluebells. You can see actually there's one or two that you probably can't see them. There's one or two coming up, but that will be beautiful in a few weeks' time. I don't know where this goes, so let's wait and see. That was a lovely little walk up, but it's a dead end. Come to these signs here, warning people to keep their dogs on the lead. The lambing going on in there. It's one of the reasons actually I keep Peanut on the lead at this time of the year a lot often, because of obviously you've got ground nesting birds and it's lambing on Dartmoor particularly. There's sheep everywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna go back down now and investigate the bridge down there that I saw. Come on Peanut, this way. Back on the bridge I just saw, and this is further down river from the one that I was at up there where I couldn't decide which direction to go. So this is still the abandoned railway line, I think. And there's the river there, and you can walk to this section here. That's where I've just come from, over there. There's a river that way. So I could just head back along there and I'd come back to the first bridge that I came to, or I've got the option of carrying along the path I was just on. Well, there's actually another nice looking path that goes on to this side of the woods and heads into there. So decisions to make again, which way. Right, we're gonna go down here. It's coming down from the bridge, and we'll be walking on the opposite side of the river to where we just were. See that way. Nice field. We'll be walking along here for a bit. One of the things I like about having a Trangia burner or brass meth stove burner is that when I've got my combination of a firebox and this, I can choose what fuel source I want. And I mentioned this earlier, yeah, when I'm out in the woods I've got plenty of time and there's plenty of wood, I can, you know, go and collect some wood to use with this, and that's my preferred option, to be honest, because it's you know, it's there, but I'm going to carry a bit of fuel with me and I don't have to worry about collecting anything now. I can just get the Trangia lit up, and actually a better way to do this. Do that. yeah, I can basically stop anywhere. I could stop where there's no trees, there's no woodland. This would be great when I go up onto Dartmoor, because there's nowhere to collect wood there. So I think it's a really great combination, and it's such a small thing to carry, small extra thing to carry. You know, now I've got the option to stop somewhere where there isn't any wood or trees, or everything's too wet, or I don't have time, or you know, I can just light up the burner and Trangia burner, and we're good to go. Let's do that. Let's get that done. I keep turning around looking for Peanut. He's digging a hole over there. That's a light. I can't see the flame at all. Yeah, definitely a light. Actually, you can hear it a bit when it's burning. So the kettle's going on again because I've got treat food. Well, it's a treat for me because I don't have it very often, which we'll see in a second. Let's fill this up. Should be enough. Okay, kettle's on. What have I got for lunch then? What is treat food? Well, probably to most of you this isn't much of a treat, but to me it is. King size pot noodle. I actually really like these, and they are really good for this kind of venture. I'm just nipping out. I don't want to mess around cooking things. I won't have any washing up to do at the end of it. Nothing to clean. So yeah, real treat. And you know, they're delicious, to be honest. So that'll be getting scoffed up in a minute. Gonna wait for this water to boil, and I can enjoy this view. While I'm waiting for the kettle to boil for my pot noodle, Peanut is busy making a hole. Who's in there, Peanut? So you may have heard him grunting in the last couple of shots. I could hear him doing his grunting. But he loves digging holes, and this is where he's digging a hole. So he's very happy. Get him down there. He's mad. Don't worry, I will come back and fill that hole up. He never makes them very big because he's quite small, but I will ensure that I fill it back in before I leave. Just my cocaine powder in here. So brew just made. Look at this. This is such a great piece of kit. It's got sort of measurements on here which are on the inside as well. Of this little kind of handle, so you can hang it up and hang it up over the fire. It's actually quite good when you're just walking around, when you've stopped for a bit, like I have, and you've got a coffee. You can sort of carry it around with you like that. Well, it just folds away like that. So I've got my brew in there at the moment. Dead fly. Get it out. One of the things I always like about a good outdoor mug, which is mostly what I'll be using this for, is a wide base. Because when you're putting it down on an uneven surface, you know, these kind of narrow mugs that you get, these insulated mugs you get with really narrow bottoms, they're no good, they just fall over. So you want a nice wide base, so you can just plonk it down and you're good to go. You haven't got to worry about it. So yeah, great piece of kit. I'm very happy with that. As promised, I'm going to tidy up Peanut's little project here. That back in. He's looking a bit forlorn that I'm destroying it. Okay, all done. So I'm back at the second bridge now, the one that I stopped to before I had my pot noodle, which is fueling me on. That was very delicious, by the way. So I've just come from over in that direction, which is probably more that direction. I came from there, I'm up that way, and now I'm gonna head along the gets me every time. I'm going to head along this the remains of the abandoned railway line. Peanut's pretty keen to get going, so let's go. So this This woodland is managed by the Woodland Trust. It's owned and managed by the Woodland Trust. So it's in pretty healthy state. So I just need to adjust this and to put the camera in. There we go. And this old railway line I'm walking along sort of connects several different properties that they own. But yeah, it's a beautiful place, and actually it's one of the reasons I didn't want to use the firebox today, because there's signs up at the entrance to the wood saying don't have fires and barbecues and things. So that's another good reason for having a Trangia stove or some separate stove when you're out in the woods, because it's not always appropriate to be lighting fires or burning wood, and it gives you away a bit if you're sitting there, smoke pouring out of your fire, as it probably would be at this time of year because it's all so damp. So you'd just be attracting attention to the thing that you shouldn't be doing. Anyway, enough of the lecture, let's get on with the walk. Oh, some ramsons in flower. It's the first ones I've seen. It's a nice little patch here. They'll will be going off soon. It's just started raining after all that lovely sun that I had at lunchtime. This rain was forecast though, so no surprises there, but we'll have to stop in a minute and put the old waterproofs on. That will keep up with me. I think I'm coming up to the very first bridge. It looks like that might be ahead. So, that's where I've just come from. Okay, so that wasn't the bridge I was coming up to. But I'm going to just pop my waterproof on now because it's raining quite heavily. I don't want to get soaked. I think it quite possibly I'll be here for the rest of the afternoon now. Hey, all good. Ready to roll. Let's go. So we are back at the bridge I started off at. So the rain's coming down quite hard now. Just like back to the beginning point, the river there. And this was the this is a bit where I was trying to decide which way to go. Right, let's go around me. That's the way I did go in the end, and that's the way I could have gone. I can see the sun poking out again, so this might just be a sort of classic April shower. We'll wait and see. Right, slogging back up the hill now on the bridge where I stopped this morning. There's the bridge, coming from down there and going up there. Just keep plodding on. Okay, back on a Bit of a less steep path now back to the car. So if you've watched the video this far, thanks for watching. I've had a really great day exploring this woodland and the other woodlands that are connected by the deserted railway line, which is my main objective. So that's been really cool, and seeing a few more signs of spring. So if you like the video, consider subscribing to the channel, hit the like button, all those things you do, and I'll catch you in the next video. In the meantime, take care guys, see you later.